Let's talk this digital ID, mark of the beast. I mean, for people that do believe in the Bible, there's a verse that says every man's work is tried by fire, and that which remains is of God. And I think as everybody's looking at these digital IDs coming in, England's now facing a mandatory one, but the whole world's going to face a mandatory one. It's all going to be coercion. So they'll try it there and adapt and change and how they're going to present it to everybody. And England, they're just trying to shove it on people, force feed them. But if that doesn't work, they'll do other ways. And they still will, and I've been saying this for years, they will collapse. Look, the currency is collapsed. It's artificially propped up for an opportune time. And they will collapse the currency if people push back too hard on the digital ID. They will completely rip the rug out, I'll say, from the currency. And so then it'll be forced for people to have to go to digital, and in going digital, they'll have to get a digital ID. So I'm getting all these messages and texts from people who are like, oh, this is shocking. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it's been around. It's nothing new. It's been around for years. It's just that it's being pushed in a greater way. So people are like, well, we'll stop it. And you'll never stop it because it's biblical. If you believe in the Bible, you might slow it up, but you ain't going to stop it. So you've got to change how you approach it. And one of the things that will happen first up is when the light comes on, you realise, oh, I'm being taken advantage of, the government's doing this, or the globalists, or the Antichrist, or whoever is doing this to me. You're going to feel a lot of injustice. I don't deserve this, they're taking my way of life from me, and yep, that's normal. You're going to go through that. But ultimately, every man's work is tried by fire, and that which remains is of God. You might have put your faith in your riches, put your faith in who you are, put your faith in what's around you. You can only put your faith in God. I've had a walk of 20-something years of living with no visible means of income, and in preparation for this day. And actually somebody asked me recently, well, what makes you think you're right? I was like, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just living the conviction of who I am. I'm living the conviction of what I feel God's put in my life and in my heart. I suggest you find the same. Have a conviction, because you can jump online and watch all these people and follow all these different ones that make the noise. But when you follow the noise, you'll crash. Because every man's work is tried by fire, and that which remains is of God. Fire is coming. The fire is here at different levels, meaning testing of what's in your life and around your life. Are you going to get real with it, or are you going to hide? And a lot of people run and they hide in denial. They'll hide they'll self-medicate. They'll become overwhelmed, like, well, what can I do? And just sink inside themselves. You can bring it to God. And you just rest it in for me, it's a walk with Jesus. And as I rest in him and I rest that peace in him, things come at you. This week, not everything's easy. But as things come at you, you rest in God. You rest in the strength of who he is in you. And it doesn't change anything then. You stay on a path that's rock solid, firm. And when you're tried by fire, it'll remain because it's built by God. So yeah, if you want to put your faith in the passing pleasures of this world, then the world's going to own you. You'll line up, you'll take the digital ID. Not that that's a mark of the beast, but it's headed in that direction. You'll line up and take the mark of the beast if that's where your hope is, if that's what your God is, the things of this world. You might whine and carry on and scream and kick a bit of a tantrum, but ultimately you'll roll over for it because you don't have an inner conviction of who God is in your life. The only way that you won't roll over is when God's in your life. Because I can tell you, there's another verse that says basically everything man does is for his belly. When they touch your food, which they're doing, when they touch your food and you don't get easy access to food, that's where you're going to find out if the rubber meets the road, right? That's where you're going to find out what's real in your life and what's not. I suggest grab a hold of my book, Vegetable Garden Faith and a Corvette. If you don't have money to buy it, send me your email address and I'll send you a free e-copy of the thing.